Moose has been cooped up in the house all night and he is ready to get outside. Ready, Moose? All right, here you go. What the? That's it? Where are you going? Aren't you going out? Huh. Guess winter's back, huh? Oh, you're coming in? Yeah. Maybe in another month or so when the snow's gone, huh? Well, I got a couple paths shoveled. I don't have a, yeah, we got a good 12, 14 inches of snow out here overnight. I don't have a plow or a snow blower, so I'm just kind of a path shoveler. We got four-wheel drives, so I have too much driveway to shovel. So I shovel a couple paths and call it good. Hey, welcome back to the Montana Garage. It is April 2nd, and I am quickly, very, very quickly running out of time to turn this car into something that can compete in Rocky Mountain Race Week. I better get to it. 82 days, 22 hours, 7 minutes, and counting. I got a lot of stuff to do. It's starting to look like a car again, but there is quite a laundry list of things that need done. I know a lot of you guys look at that and you say, well, I could have that running in a couple days. And you probably could, and I could have it running in a couple days too, but to actually do it right and do the things I want to do, I am quickly running out of time. The problem is, in those 82 days, I got plenty of other things I have to do too. You know, I got one of those JOBs. I got to go to Phoenix for a week for a medical treatment. That's going to require another week of laying around on my ass. So there goes 14 days. I got to go to New York City because my daughter's graduating from college. I'm not going to miss that, but there goes 5 days. Plus, like I said, that JOB. So anyways, I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling myself, trying to be mentally prepared that if I can be out here, I got to be out here. This is getting critical. So let's get to work. I showed the whiteboard in a video eons ago. I don't know. Anyways, the 55 Chevy used to just say everything else. And that's because that's what it needed. Well, I'm finally down to where, you know, I don't have to do everything, but I still got to do most things. So I don't know if you can even see that on the camera, but the stuff that kind of the next things on the list, and I'm not sure the exact order of these things, but just these are the things that are going to kind of be happening over the next few videos. I got to add some more lowering blocks. I got to patch the trunk floor, passenger side door bar. I got one thing checked off the list. That's nice. I got to obviously install a fuel system. I got to rebuild the carb. I was thinking about putting the Phytech on there. I think I'm probably just gonna go carburetor. So I already have a Holly. I gotta rebuild it because it's been sitting around forever. Need to install a drive shaft loop. I gotta plumb the rear brakes. Obviously I gotta do some front sheet metal. I gotta dig it out. Fine, I'm not gonna do a bunch of work to it, but it's gotta be installed. And the whole car needs wired. Battery in the trunk, kill switch, and ignition, obviously on top of just the regular wiring. Yeah, I don't know the exact order that these things are gonna happen, but I do know that I gotta stop screwing around and I gotta get to work. I'm spending probably way too much time editing these videos, but I enjoy doing it. I'm gonna try to keep doing it, but maybe the videos will be better because I won't be able to over edit them. They're just gonna be maybe little shorter videos of me showing you what I did and not so much as I'm doing it, because I spend too much time talking to this thing. You guys don't see half the time I'm talking to it because I redo it 13 times before I show you. Anyways, not always, but sometimes. Anyways, see, here I am jabbering again and I gotta get to work. First thing I'm gonna do is I got some more lowering blocks, just another 1/2 inch, but I want to bring the back down another 1/2 inch, see what that's going to be like. And then, yeah, the next thing, I guess it wasn't even on my list. Was it on my list? I don't know. Got to patch these holes in the trunk. I've already started making a couple pieces here that are mostly ready to fit. We got another side to do over there. I got a piece cut. So anyways, that's the projects for today. Lowering blocks, patch the trunk, and then we have to plumb the rear brakes. That's coming up. Stay tuned. Got the car up in the air. Let me show you what we're doing here. So I'm gonna add, I've already got these 3 lowering blocks right there. They're 3 1/2 inch block. They're from Calvert. Calvert does the Caltrax. They said you could do, I'm pretty sure they told me you can go up to 2 inches. I don't think they're worried about the 2 inches affecting like the geometry or the effectiveness of the Caltrax. They just don't want all this stuff to get too, too much, not enough ground clearance once you start lowering it too far, they said. So I tried 1.5 inches. I think I can still get the wheels and tires on, and I'll like the look if I can go down a little bit more. So I'm doing 1/2 inch more. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because we had to do a couple other things. These are the old U-bolts, or they're not old, they're new. I bought them with the Caltrax, I think. But as you can see with the lowering blocks, we don't get any threads sticking through. And I'm adding another 1/2 inch, so they're going to become too short. So we got, I think these are 7s, and so we got 9-inch U-bolts. So we got new U-bolts put on. We got the extra lowering block, and then these are the spring perches that I would like to use. I had to drill them out so this 9/16 pin would fit in there. So I got that done. So we're going to take what we got on there off, add this perch and this lowering block, put it all back together. It's going to sit just a hair lower, and hopefully we're still going to be able to get the tires in and out of there, and it's going to look super pretty. All right, we're back for a little update. I got the extra lowering block and the new U-bolts on there, and like I said, I switched to those other spring perches. So now what I'd like to do, and as you see, I have the car's still jacked up on jack stands. The jack stands are under the frame, and then the rear suspension is hanging down as low as it can. So that's what I have to do to get the back tires on and off of this thing, and I just want to make sure that they're still going to go on and off without doing anything crazy with this extra 1/2 inch lower. Somebody asked me, like, what difference does it make if you put a lowering block in there for getting the tires on and off? Well, it just lowers this body compared to the tire and the axle, and so there's, now there's a 1/2 inch less room between here and where the axle was for squeezing it all in there. Now I think it's still going to work, but I'm just going to pull the tire off here to find out. So I'm going to set you guys right here, and let's see if we can get this on and off of there. First step is this little guy here. All the air's got to come out. The quickest way to do that, pull the valve stem. I don't have them wrenched on here very tight because I knew they were going to be coming on and off 12,000 more times before I actually drive the car. The whole axle's got to come back out again once I figure out the pinion angle and weld the perches on. And pull it out and paint it. But for now, we're just making sure the tires still fit. Let's see, I learned my lesson on this deal. Remember to throw a rag or something right here, because it seems like every time I drop a lug nut on the wheel, scratch it up. Oh, hold on, that was the size for underneath, not for underneath. Switching batteries. Need to get a real electric impact one of these days, but it didn't knock the tire out. Lug nuts off, moment of truth. Half inch made a difference. The other thing is, once I ever paint this thing, it'll be a little more of a challenge here too, because I really care about the quarter panel. Still goes. All right, I guess just for a sense of the experiment, put it back on. Just set her back down and see how she looks. Eventually I'll figure out the best way to do this. Tires back on. It's still held there. I didn't knock it off the bead. Let's get the jack back under there, lift her up off the jack stands, and see if we can even tell it sits a half inch lower. What do you think? Can you tell? I think I can tell. Yeah, it actually went down about 5/8 to this lip. I think those axle or the spring perches were just a hair different too. So about 5/8 lower. I measured it right here at 21.5, and now it's 20 7/8 roughly. I dig it. Now that we got her sitting pretty, it's time to move on to some other stuff. I think I'm going to move on to trying to finish up patching these holes I put in the trunk for the roll bar. I came out the other day and got started on this. I wasn't filming anything. I just had a couple hours and was messing around. I just now sprayed a little black paint in there because I know it's going to be hard to get everything painted once it's all together. I also got to paint like the bottom side of this, and that's going to be tough. But anyways, I just threw a little black on the weld and the stuff I had scraped off the frame. So anyways, I just, you know, did the old trim till it fits trick. Made a couple little bends, and I think I just need to do some final, kind of hard to do one-handed, but this one's pretty good. Just where this piece, let's see, this one goes in here like so. Got that little fold in it so it tries to kind of match what the trunk does. I got to trim a little bit off this black line where my thumb is, and maybe make a little more room around the roll bar so it's not rubbing there. I want to have a little gap because obviously the body's on rubber mounts and might move a little bit. Anyways, just a couple little fine tunes on this one. I'll be ready to weld that in, and then we gotta, I haven't really even started that one, so we'll see what happens there, and hopefully we can get this wrapped up here tonight. Quick update, I'm like curled up in this trunk like a stowaway of some sort, so it's pretty hard to film anything, but I got the first piece, you know, cut, trimmed, and then just got a few tacks on it, or, you know, it's more than tacked in, it's starting to be put in, so now I gotta see, where's my other little guy at? I gotta see what I gotta do to make that one fit in there. It's all pretty hot over there still, so I gotta be careful, but all right, we'll trim that away and come back and show you how that fits. Still working on the junk in my trunk. Got this side patched in, welded in. Of course, I still got to grind it. And then eventually, someday, we'll spray some more of that, what's it called, Raptor liner in there. And then obviously we'll paint the roll bar. But just took a little time to sneak up on the, you know, the sheet metal to fit in there. And then back to welding sheet metal. Haven't done that for a while, so that's a whole little different deal. Just basically spot welding your way around. But anyways, one down, one to go. There's the beginnings of patch number 2. Obviously, I got to cut it in 2 pieces to get around the bar there, but hopefully this will be somewhere in the right spot for me to start shaving from here. And then we got to do some shaving and bending, all sorts of fun stuff to try to make these fit. So let's start it out with our hole in a decent spot. It's a win-win, or a win. I guess it's not a win-win yet. We ain't won nothing. We got our pieces made and we're starting to get her tacked in. Let's see where the light has to be so you guys can see something. The tacks are ugly, I know, but they get ground off. But had a little bit of too much of a gap, kind of right down in that corner, and I started welding it in. It's definitely fine to weld. So anyways, maybe I'll set you up on fast motion where you're far away from the spark. Anyways, maybe I'll set you up on fast motion where you're far away from the spark so I don't ruin my lens again, and we'll get this all buzzed in and call it a night. All right, I fast motioned some of that. Hopefully you can see what was going on. Basically just, you know, trying to sneak up on it, as I say. I know the guys that know what they're doing probably make this out of one piece of metal and bend it and form it and put it in all their fancy, you know, machines. And God, I can't even think of the things I'm thinking of now. Shrinkers and stretchers and the English wheel and planishing hammers. I don't know. All that stuff I don't have and I wouldn't know how to use anyways. So basically what I got going on is I'm just trying to make puzzle pieces and make it fit. I got those two pretty darn close. They don't look that great because the magnets aren't really holding them in the right spot. And then I got my third piece here, a couple bends on it, and it goes something like that. It might not be perfect. It's pretty darn close. It's kind of going to leave a little bit of an open triangle there in the bottom. And I'll either have to put another little piece in there, or we'll see how it actually ends up. I may be able to just weld it shut. But I can't get this one like totally exact until I get these ones in place. So I'm gonna tack these two, because I think these two are good enough to tack, and then we will see if we can manage to make this guy work, or if we need to make another piece, or what we gotta do. But anyways, one way or another, that little hole there, it's gonna be gone. All right, I'm probably gonna be right in your way, but I'm gonna try to film this. Hammer time, where's it at? All right, so man, you can't see nothing with that light blaring on there. Just got this guy tacked. Got a little work to do with the welding, obviously, but then we'll get this top one up here. Hopefully, do the same thing there. I'll be back. You're not gonna be able to see that. I already had to buy my third. Just had to buy my third GoPro lens cover because I keep getting welding sparks on it. So I'll be back when we're getting a little closer. I just spent far too much time laying in the trunk like a hostage or something. I don't know. My back hurts, my neck hurts. Anyways, sucks to get old. Got this side also all tacked in, so both holes in the trunk are patched. We'll have to obviously grind the welds and paint it someday. And then I left a little bit of space around the roll bar in case there's any kind of movement there, and then I'll fill that in with just like some seam sealer or whatnot, something like that. Anyways, that's it for tonight. It's getting late. It's getting cold. I got to clean up a little bit, go in, work tomorrow, and then I'll be back out here eventually to do something. Dang, chair almost got me. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's 40 degrees in the shop. I had a long day at work, but the only way I'm going to get this damn car done in time for Rocky Mountain Race Week is if I'm out here every chance I get. So before I go to bed, I'm grinding some welds. Got to get something done for the day. I got to go get my seats out of there. I'm throwing sparks, you know, in that direction. Last thing I need is spark burns in the seats. So I'll be back. Fast forward a little bit, I got one done-ish. Used a variety of tools. We got this grinder here, a little belt sander that I've had this forever, but I couldn't find replacement belts for it. Finally found some at Harbor Freight. That guy and that guy and that guy. And we got, you know, somewhat decent results. I wasn't going to, but I'll probably throw a little more filler in that one just because that corner was kind of low. That's why there's filler there anyways, and to try to flow it, or, you know, to try to kind of feather it back together. But the welding, you know, it's not perfect when I do it, but it looks decent. There's a few pinholes, so I'll come back through and zap those closed and grind them off again. So anyways, one more side to go. And side number 2 is done-ish. Again, you know, I wasn't worried about making all this metal come back together exactly how it was. This side was all screwed up already. I just did whatever was easiest. And I don't know, it maybe doesn't look exactly right, but hey, there's no hole there anymore. So again, I got a few pinholes, 3 or 4 on that side and just 1 on that side that I saw so far. We'll touch them up next time I'm welding. And I don't know, I'll probably leave them like that for a while, and eventually maybe we'll throw a little bit of body filler in there next time I'm doing some body filler, just to kind of smooth out the welds and whatnot, and then it'll get zapped with SPI epoxy and hopefully some of this Raptor liner again someday. All right, that's it for tonight. Short and sweet. I'm trying to do a little something every day because I am running out of days, and there is a lot of car left to build. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.